My name is Heather, and just going to talk about a few people that have really that God has used to come into my life to kind of weave me into His plan and design for me. First and foremost, my grandparents. They started my whole spiritual journey through my mom. She became saved through them, and so then I was able to grow up in the church, and they also taught me what it was like to be a follower of Christ. My mom taught me what it was like to be a godly woman, along with my mother and the rest of my family. Can I start over again? Sure. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I did it like 5 times.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. There are lots of people that God has used in my life to push me towards my calling and where He has wanted me to be. First off, my grandparents, my mom and papa, have been a huge inspiration to me, showing me who I am in Christ and who Christ is and what a righteous walk with Christ is like. Another person would be my spiritual mentor, Kathy. I met her when I was in 7th grade, and she worked in the nursery at the church that I belonged to at that time, and she just became like a second mom to me, has really taken me under her wing. We are prayer partners, we're confidants. Like I said, she's my spiritual mentor, and she has just really guided me throughout my spiritual journey as well. And there, like I said, there are so many people, but there's one person in particular I want to mention that helped me find my calling. I was in 7th grade, and my best friend at the time, her name was Samantha. She came to me and she was like, Heather, I really think that we are supposed to be missionaries. I feel like God is telling us that's what we're supposed to do. And I knew I had wanted to be a nurse at the time, and I knew that missions was attractive to me, but I was like, oh, really? And she said, yeah, I also have looked up this college. It's Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I think that's where we're supposed to go. And I had no earthly idea what she was talking about. She's like, yeah, I already sent off for the promotional video. That's when VHS was still around. And she's like, I got it in the mail the other day, and I want us to watch this, and I really think that's where we're supposed to go, to college together, to be missionaries. And I think we're supposed to go to Africa. And I was like, whoa, Africa? That's pretty crazy, Sam. But I was like, okay, I'll watch the video, and it's pretty funny how God used her to set me on that journey, because I did go to ORU in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with a major in nursing and a concentration in missions, and I have gone to Africa twice. And God really used her to set me on that journey to do nursing in the world of medical missions, which I love to do. I would love to do it full time, maybe someday, but right now I've just done a handful of short-term missions, the longest being a month in Kenya, and then 6 months in Peru. So it was just really neat. She didn't end up actually going to college with me, but it was really neat how God used her to set me on that path. And then from there, God has just used several people to support me and to kind of guide me and to open my eyes to different opportunities and open doors. How I am doing the same thing for others is just trying to be who God has called me to be an encouragement, be someone who someone can come talk to about their dreams. I know I've met a lot of opposition doing medical missions. When I first talked about it, people were like, oh, you don't want to do that, or that's too big of a dream, it's too scary. But I just want to encourage people, if God has placed something in your heart that you think that He's called you to do, then don't give up, even if it takes a while. I didn't do my first overseas medical missions trip until later on college, and that first discussion that I had with my best friend at the time was in 7th grade. And I would encourage you to just press in, and if you know that's what God has called you to do, to keep doing it, and to be an encouragement to others, that when others come to you, pray with them, walk alongside them, and be an encouragement to them as well.